Tony Spark just called Candy Thunder a bitch? Whoa. Like, whoa. Like, I don't know about that, Scoob. Like, Dragon Lady, you're gonna be lurking while you frost cakes at work? What's up, dude? It's Nikki. It's Nikki. Nikki. Yo, here we go. Hey, it's Nikki. Rock it right to rock it right. That's right on time. It's Nikki. Sorry. Terrible. It was, yeah, we were talking about Candy Thunder's inability to like pull a fast one on people, to lie, basically. I came up with this brilliant campaign idea earlier today for Audi, the vehicle brand. Really? You're gonna do a pitch with Audi? No, Audi. This is the deal. If anybody here works higher up at Audi, this is the idea. Throwing you this giving it away for free for now, so they call us for the next one. Audi. Out here, let's do it here. Clippable moment. Audi, listen up. Audi, vehicle brand. Audi, listen up. You need to be a sponsor of the next season of Severance. Do product placement. And then use those clips, make an ad, tagline, every innie needs an Audi. You're welcome. Call me for your next one. Back to QOD. What's up, everybody?
Every bitch needs a piece of chocolate.
Every bitch needs a piece of chocolate. Okay, yeah, that'll work. Whoa, Playmaker, you just got your teeth pulled so you're numb? Holy cow. Hey. Caden Storms, you're in luck. I'm the CEO of Audi. Perfect. We need to talk. Cake the Rogue says The Climb. We're talking about your go-to karaoke song. What's up, Ellen? Michelle Heather, member for 22 months in the Gosh Heck and Thunder crew. Chelsea Stevens, member for 20 months. QD, Friends in Low Places. That seems to be, we need to do a poll, because I'm pretty sure Friends in Low Places would be like 75% of people's song. It's Tony Sparks' go-to. It's Candy Thunder's go-to, but she says, I don't sing karaoke. But that's what she says. Friends in Low Places. Yoko, don't do karaoke. Too introverted. Ellen? You don't do karaoke either? I mean, if I've done karaoke, I don't recall doing karaoke, which probably means it was the right kind of karaoke. Oh, you changed your streaming schedule. 4:15 Pacific and 6:15 Pacific, Thursday to Sunday. Oh. Gotcha. Sometimes you gotta move that stuff around. Oh, Mercy, holler back, girl. There you go. Brittany, first day off in 2 weeks. So glad it's a Wednesday. Perfect. Spicy Calico Cat go-to song, Crazy on You by Heart. Crazy on You. Emerald Shepherd, I don't karaoke, but I used to belt My Heart Will Go On as a kid. We just had this conversation. Yeah, Candy Thunder. Jessica Haley, call me when you're sober. I thought you were telling me that. I'm like, I'm perfectly sober. Thank you very much. Tiff24 dropping the $2 bomb, said anything song that is playing while I'm driving. There you go. Like, who listens to music while they're in the shower too? Like, the shower is a great place to sing. The bathroom acoustics, you know what I mean? It's beautiful. When no one's home. Like, Candy Thunder will not sing in front of me. She just won't do it.
Basically Taylor Swift.
Yeah, oh yeah. It's a T Swift show there, for sure.
The Eras Tour, Candy's version.
Candy's version. What's up, Myra? Just Cat in Colorado, Don't Stop Believing, Journey. There are a couple good renditions of that now. Cake the Rogue had to set an alarm to remind you of the live as summer hours have gotten you forgetting the time. Oh, I bet. Teaches. How is summer treating you? Like, how does that work? Do you just get to sleep all day? Or like, how does that work? I imagine it's not like time off, but you get a little bit of vacay, right? Julie, you're gonna be in Pittsburgh and Joplin this weekend to celebrate your birthday. Happy gosh heckin' upcoming birthday. Heck yeah. Hopefully we keep our shitty weather away from you. I was leaving the house this morning and the drainage creek right behind our house was flooding, which is great. We had way too much. Way too much. Mac is a great singer. Alan, we need to hear some clips of Max singing. Urban Insanity. If you're not singing in front of anybody, it's Too Sweet by Hosier. There you go. Cake the Rogue sleeps till 10. Work part-time NWACC, and you do a ton of cleaning. There you go. The same teachers have to teach summer school. Yeah, a lot of them do. Not all of them, though, right? Not everybody. Magic Drop, your semester has 2 weeks left. 2 weeks left? Holy crap. Wake up in the morning. That one?
Say it.
I know you can't say the real words now. Mercy dropping the $2 said someone said Disney karaoke. That would be awesome. There you go. Karen Shaper Cutter, Carry On My Wayward Son. There you go. Whoa. DJ Trishy. Posse's on Broadway by Sir Mix-a-Lot. There you go. And the Lords of Acid song about a cat. Planning for the next year, Cake the Rogue, with training. I figured there'd be a lot of training in there. Magic Drop, you do anything Eminem or Tupac? For real? I don't know why that's surprising to me, but I'm gonna have to see you do some of that shit on stream. Ellen, finally finished your classes. You get a nice long summer now. Hey yo, Totally Radical, Bohemian Rhapsody. Perfect. That's what I would attempt to do. I would butcher it. Hey, Dan, Jolene, Jen here, Doroshko, Anna Maria Ortiz, Myra Catalina, Helene Oni. Oni? Is it Oni? Crystal Museum Girl, Ambledine, Shepherd, Quiet Knitter, Jerry Hill, Janine Benham, Fane, Spicy Calico Cat, CT Civil, dropping the love there, Charlie Diego, getting racking up those bolts. We do have a goal of 4K bolts to start the stream off to unlock a spicy story on the TikTok side. YouTube side, we got a goal of 10 super chats, 5 and up, for a shirt change and confetti. Helen got a biopsy today, so we'll keep you calm until your appointment at 2:30. Hey, all the vibes. All the vibes. We'll keep you distracted till then, at least, right? Oh, Charlie Diego, I will survive. Gloria Gaynor, y'all take on the hard songs. The hard songs. Goodness. Sugar Hill Gang, Rapper's Delight. Nice. Penny the Pity, you don't want me to sing any karaoke song. It's really a public service. That's why karaoke typically happens in bars. Like, people don't know what's going on. You chose a different karaoke song? Kesha? TikTok. How does that one go?
Just sang it.
Oh, it's that one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, Tater Thunder's in the house here. Hit your mic button. Tell everybody hi.
Yes, sir. Hi.
Hi.
I'm here.
Hi.
I'm gonna be singing Kesha for you. I'm just kidding. Oh, Shameless by Garth Brooks. That is one of my favorite songs. Like, favorite songs ever in the entire world.
Penny the Pity, it has been a hot minute.
Yes.
My goodness. One of your favorites in the entire world?
Shameless by Garth
I'm
Brooks.
shameless.
Yes, it's so good. It's just such a good song.
It is a good song. Hatter dropped the 5, said Hatter does not do karaoke, but it's funny seeing drunk people sing Tell Me More from the movie Grease. Oh, truly it is.
Yeah.
Truly it is. Laura Myrtle. Wait, is that the name of the song? I Honestly Love You? Or do you just love us? Penny the Pity, glad you're here. And Wonder Woman, your TikTok
Grease.
videos are
I
basically
love Grease.
karaoke movies. There you go. There you go. Going back to QOD here, Taylor.
Okay.
Just a Girl, No Doubt. I heard that song the other day. It was like playing a bunch of like 90s stuff. And that popped on. I was like, man, Gwen Stefani has changed a lot. A lot. Feel like you're taking a sixpence none the richer. What do you guys remember songs by Sixpence None the Richer? Respect, Aretha Franklin, Doroshko. See, swinging for those hard songs. My goodness. Kiss me. That.
She's all that.
Jennifer Harrison dropping the bolts over there. What's up, lady? Good to see you. Joyce Brown dropping their bolts too. Victoria, Yvette's mama says so. Pame, Candy Koala, Joyce Brown, Doroshko, Tay the Witch, Angie, Laura Smurl Moore, Anna Maria Ortiz, Tay the Witch, Amy Castro. You guys are awesome. Thanks for the love. Mercy, yeah, Gwen sounded nothing like her older music when she sang at the AMAs when it was not good. I haven't heard her sing anything recently. Just know she's like, it's been a big transformation. Yeah, it's Jennifer Harrison. Hey, girl. Joanne Butthead dropping bolts too. Jen here. Gummy Nerd. Thank you so much. And there she kissed me and there she goes. There you go. Fancy by Reba. Stace and Mike Wood. Oh. Here's one chance, fancy, don't let me down. That is a good song. Welcome to the Gosh Heckin' Stream, ladies and gentlemen, on this Wednesday, June 4th, 2025. We're going to have a hell of a time today. Coming up, we have stories about uncomfortable living situations, forced babysitting, quick breakups, disagreements over diets, stepmoms who cross the line, not taking no for an answer. We also have spicy stories, a cake story, and a petty revenge story. And a spicy cake story. We did determine earlier today that when we come up with like a heavier petty revenge story or a petty story that has like some additional drama layers to it, we're going to call it a heavy petty story. Maybe that's just me. Elise dropping the 5 said, respectfully, none of your business by Salt and Pepper. I could see this. I could see this happening. That'd be fantastic. A reminder, first goal on the YouTube side is 4K bolts for a spicy story on YouTube. We have a super goal of 10 supers 5 and up to start us with a shirt change and karaoke confetti. Karaoke was just top of mind. Also, since our party city went under here in Joplin, we've been having to go to the big Wally World for confetti. I had an idea earlier today, though. I'm like, I bet Michael's has confetti cannons. If anybody is familiar with Michael's and knows whether they have confetti cannons or not, please let us know. Because, that may be a viable option. This week's share goal, which I don't have the meters active for, but we do still have a goal, is 15 hundo shares. Make sure you're subscribed on the YouTube side to keep up with all the latest content, including podcasts, even more stories that don't get posted on the TikTok side. We will be doing a TikTok subscriber-only live tomorrow, Thursday, June 5th, 9 p.m. Central. It's going to be from the home studio. It's going to be awesome. Our first ever TikTok members-only live. Also, if you're interested, and it's going to be our Words Are Hard day, huh? If you're interested in learning more about joining our TikTok Live creator agency, that's right. We are now, as an agency, helping other TikTok creators grow their live streams or get started doing live streams if they're to the point where they can do that. If you have an interest in that, take a screenshot of this code right here. And after the live, look at my face. After the live, you can get some more info on it and even schedule a call with us to discuss it further. We have been doing more of that. We've got like 6 creators onboarded there. The ball is rolling. We've got our Discord set up. We're starting to provide more helpful tools and like how-to videos and that kind of thing. And it's really, really cool to watch people get started and develop those strategies. And I'm a strategy nerd, so it's been fun. It's a really good time. Reminder today, keep chat positive and respectful. Everybody is allowed to have their own opinion, of course, and we don't all have to agree because we're not gonna. But it costs absolutely nothing to be respectful, and a DFHB that's a decent effing human being. No spoilers today, please. Spoilers will be muted from the live. And, you don't want that, right? Get out your brooms.
Yes.
Hello. Couldn't quite get there. My leash. My leash. Oh! By the by, if you're in the Facebook VIP group, that image that I threw up last night, the Be the Voice You Need to Hear, is now swag. If you go to the swag shop, you can go to dusty-thunder.com and hit the swag shop link. It will take you to, we have 2 variations. We have just the Be the Voice You Need to Hear with the like cloud lightning bolt rain thing. And then we have another version that has the line about the kids underneath it too. So there's 2 versions. It's ready. It's there. Made it today. So it's ready to rock and roll for you. Ms. Dravis dropping the 2 said, Michael's confetti cannons online, not in store. Boo. Thank you so much for looking that up for us though. Appreciate it. Obscure says I made it again. Not working is great. How are you, by the way? Obscure, are you doing okay? Heel Dusty, Wonder Woman. That tracks. Go to the county fair, Elise. Yes, but Ellen is here and she will mute your booty. Ellen B, is it possible to buy swag if in Joplin? We don't carry it on hand, actually. We tried that for a while, and the shipping costs are so all over the place. It was a losing battle. So we don't keep it on hand. We only do it in the online shop, unfortunately. However, shoot us a message and let us know, because we do have some like sticker packs and stuff. And if you stop by, we'd love to give you a sticker pack. Donna Johnson dropping the 2 said, hi, I'm back. Welcome back. Yoko, you're able to mod until 4, then you'll be commuting. Oh, we got mods in the house. They'll mute butts. It'll happen. We're at 684, a 4K on that lightning bolt gold right now, ladies and gentlemen. What's going on over there? Moving furniture around? Yeah, this would be a good time. Let's move a couch. Or piano. Cameron?
Piano.
L&B, you go to the bookstore next to us occasionally. You will be sad to hear that they are closing down. They're moving soon and not doing any books. They're just focusing on gaming thing. That's this card right here. They're moving over to 15th Street, but they're still there for a while. So yeah, and you're coming this weekend, right? So yeah, they'll definitely be around then. Okay, let's dive in. Hello there, it is Dusty Thunder with a story for you. Title of this one is, Am I the Astronaut for Refusing to Let My Wife's Daughter Move In After a Past Conflict with My Son? We'll do a poll for this. The my wife's daughter verbiage is a little alarming, ain't it? Poll starting now, 1 minute, upper left-hand side, TikTok, YouTube. Please vote with a comment. Am I the astronaut for refusing to let my wife's daughter move in after a past conflict with my son? I'm sure this is complicated. And yeah, you all throwing the ESH out first thing. I think that's probably a smart way to go. I'm going to join you on ESH. It's a shot in the dark. We know that. But the whole my wife's daughter thing concerns me. If not bonus daughter, then stepdaughter, right? No, it's my wife's daughter. Past conflict with my son, maybe it is. I mean, maybe there's a reason he's using that verbiage, and maybe it is because of this conflict, and maybe, who knows? I'm going ESH. Joanne Butthead dropping bolts over there, getting ready to hit the Hondo Obscure. Just past 175, still going. Jen here. Joanne Butthead dropped the 102. Spicy Calico Cat dropped 50. Jess Bates dropping the 11 there. Natalie, Luz, Kristen Museum Girl, Jane Unlisted, Rosie. Thank you guys so much for the love. Rosie dropping a bunch of different stuff there. Thank you. Obscure past 250, still going. 37% voted ESH. Look at that. It's been a minute since we had an ESH take the cake here.
That's what I was going to vote too.
You were going to vote ESH as well?
I don't know the story, so I could vote.
You can vote.
Yeah.
All right.
I got my real
ESH. You got the real what?
I said I got my real ID.
I got my real ID and I can vote now. For privacy, I'm using fake names here. I've been married to my wife, Laura, for about 2 years. We both have kids from previous relationships. I have a son, 20 male, Jake, who's in college. Laura has a daughter, 22 female, Emily, who just graduated and is currently job hunting. Okay. Kids being older makes the wife's daughter thing make a little bit more sense. Not a lot, but still a little bit. Last summer, Jake stayed with us for about 6 weeks between dorm leases. Emily was around a lot too, and honestly, it was tense. They didn't really get along. No big fights or anything, just a lot of awkward silence and weird energy. Emily made a few comments about the house feeling crowded, and Jake mostly kept to himself. About a month in, Emily said she lost some cash and a pair of earbuds. She told Laura, who brought it to me. I confronted Jake about it. He got pretty upset, said he didn't take anything, and he felt like he was being accused unfairly. Said it felt like he wasn't welcome. He ended up leaving early to stay with a friend. We barely talked for a while after that. A couple of months later, Emily found the missing stuff in an old gym bag. Oh. Said it was probably just stress, a mistake, but she never actually apologized or took responsibility. No sorry, no real acknowledgement of what that put Jake through. I told Laura that it was messed up and that Jake was hurt by it. She said she understood, but didn't want to push Emily. Now Emily wants to move in with us temporarily while she looks for work. Laura says it's fine and won't be for long. I said, no, I don't trust the situation and I don't want a repeat of last summer. Laura says I'm being harsh and holding a grudge. A few friends say that I should let it go, that family is family. God, I love that line. Family is family. And I should try to move on. But I feel stuck between keeping the peace in my marriage and protecting my son. Jake hasn't said much about it, but I know he still feels weird about what happened. And Emily's never really owned up to it. Am I being unreasonable for saying no to her moving in? Or am I just trying to avoid another mess? Okay. You know what?
I have a solution.
You have a solution?
I'm going to make that my line. Yes, I think you're being unreasonable about your wife's daughter being able to move in because at the end of the day, I feel like the wife would have as much right to have her child live with her as you do your son to live with you. But I would make the condition of her living in the house with you to be that she has to own up to the situation. So to make sure that we just squash it, like communicate with your children so that they know what honest and open communication is. Talk about it in a family setting and get it all out on the table and avoid it, because this is the rest of your life that you're looking at. These kids are going to be involved in the rest of your life. Why do you want to create a divide? This is a fixable problem. This is not like I feel like he's making this a bigger deal than it is. But I do feel like that Emily also needs to apologize.
Agreed. And go back to the beginning here, whenever the shit went down, she made it a big deal in the first place. That's why he was basically carrying out the investigation and asked his son. And who knows what that conversation looked like. I think probably in the very beginning of that is where it was mishandled, right? Instead of her being like, I'm missing this stuff, and immediately everybody in the house is like, Jake. When it should have been like, okay, well, let's go through all of your shit and look for it before we start accusing people. How about that? And that's probably where the misstep was. So I do feel like ESH is the right move here. Yes, she needs to own up. Yes, I'm not going to say he needs to move on, but he needs to present a solution. Like you said, Candy Thunder, there needs to be some kind of solution here, not just no. Just no doesn't help anything. It doesn't. It creates a further divide, like she said. And that is not the solution that you want. That's not what I think you need to define your goal here, Dad. Like, figure it out. What is it that you really want to come of this? Do you want everybody to be more comfortable around each other? Like, comfort comes from overcoming uncomfortable situations, right? So if you force them to have a conversation here and you say, yeah, I'm cool with that, but you need to mend this relationship so it's not awkward as hell moving forward, forcing them to have that uncomfortable conversation could get them more comfortable with each other, period. Or they could just effing hate each other, because even though they're not like siblings that grew up together, they're siblings. And maybe that's just like, hey, if we're siblings, I'm going to hate you and you're going to hate me, and cool. Maybe. But this at least gives that a shot of moving forward. And I also agree with Candy Thunder that this isn't like this vote is not entirely up to you. It needs to be a discussion. And there is a solution here, but it seems like everybody is in their own little shitty space right now. So, yes, everybody sucks here. ESH, let's make it official. Okay, Tony Spark makes a fair point here. Tony Spark makes a fair point and says that Emily never actually accused Jake. Was it? Yeah. Emily never actually accused Jake of it. Dad just went and, yeah, so Dad did that. So does she have anything to apologize for even? Chat, what do you think? ESH is everybody sucks here. What do you think? Does she have anything to apologize for because she didn't explicitly accuse him, or maybe she insinuated it, and maybe that's why he went the direction that he did?
I mean, she was insinuating that someone in the house took it. And so,
I mean, if she comes up and she's like, I'm missing these things. I mean, I feel like she nonchalantly accused him without explicitly saying, I think Jake took this shit. She just said, I'm missing some stuff. She obviously wasn't accusing OP or her mom. He's the only other person left there. Unless the cat needed to steal some more cash and, had to pay his nip dealer. Catnip? Yeah, no, okay.
I love you.
Ellen said, I would apologize for any confusion that she didn't accuse him. But she didn't accuse him, so she doesn't need to apologize for that specifically. So, really, I mean, did Dad just fuck this whole thing up and it's all on him? That's where Tony Spark is. Keats. Again, I think the whole family just needs a forum where they can discuss the sitch. I would agree. Life with London, always getting in trouble, Dusty. 100%.
What'd you get in trouble
for? I don't know. Existing. Cheers.
Not in trouble in my book. I love your dad.
I'm always kind of in trouble in your book. I'm always ASCON 3 trouble in your book.
That's what keeps it spicy.
This is true. This is absolutely true. Alan says Dad fucked it all up. I think it's probably fair. That's probably fair. But again, this is a This is one of the situations where you're trying to blend a family with grown children, and that's even harder, right? Because you don't have close quarters for people to like have to figure out how to live together, have to figure it out. You're dealing with young adults, and that is a more complicated situation here.
Maybe the dad took it and then hid it to like stir the pot. And then hid it back in a bag for her to find, just so we could have this, like, because he just doesn't like her.
Because he just didn't want her to say.
I think I've been reading too many Reddit stories. I read too many Reddit stories. I feel like my brain is.
That's heavy petty.
I know.
That would be heavy petty.
I'm kidding. I'm not being serious. But it's a possibility. I would just like to enter that into
everything's possible.
Our group chat.
Everything's possible. Dude, it's Nikki dropping the 5. Said at the end of the day, this boils down to the lack of communication on all parties. Sit down and talk through it. Agreed. This is like you sit down and learn how to communicate as a family. And it is more difficult because it's grown children. But it still is something that if your goal is to have, a happy functioning actual family, then that's pretty much the only choice you got. Hi, Tater. Where are you going? Oh. Kay Turner, heavy petting. Yes, that's heavy petty. Heavy petty. It's a new term. Came up with it today. And now I got to use it 100 times. Barry Junie pops her head out. I heard you talking about the good green stuff. So last night, quick Jupiter story, and then we'll move on to the next story here. Last night, I was working late as the storms were rolling through. I was in the home office, sitting on the computer, furiously typing away. Probably writing a strongly worded email. And Jupiter comes in and she's like, hey, you know what? Your lap looks like a good seat for me. Jumps up there, and she did this to Candy Thunder not too long ago, and this is the first time she's done this to me. Like, lays down, but doesn't just lay down and like curl herself up in a ball like a cat typically does. No, like lays down and like this. On her back and like lays her head back and is like stretches arms out and like sleeps like a toddler. It was really interesting. She's Penny the Pity. Why is Candy called Tater? You know what? Because I called Ava Tot. Ava was a tot for a long. She was Tater Tot for a long time. So Candy Thunder became Tater. I don't even know if that's the reason though. I just started calling you Tater. It's kind of hard to see.
Yeah, it's the angle. She was sleeping on me. I couldn't take it.
Yeah, so it's kind of hard to see. But this was when she was doing this to Candy Thunder. She was
laying on her back and her arms were like down in front of her.
She's an interesting cat. Persians be like that. Yeah, she's like, all of this is mine.
I've worked my magic on Jupiter.
Yes, yeah, Candy Thunder. Jupiter's Candy Thunder cat now. What's up, Dean? Crystal, yeah, she's diversified now. Mama is her cuddle buddy. But if I do manage to sit down, which is the problem, like I don't sit down often.
Oh, I'm a sitter.
But once I do finally sit down, she's like, yes, cuddle time. So I sat down at my desk and she's like, close enough.
She jumped up on
our automatic trash can when I was leaving today, and it was trying to raise. And so like her back legs were going like this, like barely up and down because it'll keep trying. And I was like, at first I was like, oh, that's so cute. And then I noticed it was like, and
I was burning up the motor.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, wait, we got to get down. But she was just like this.
Surfing.
Yeah. And I was like, why are you so cute?
This is kind of nice. Yeah, I kind of like that. For a long time, it was Navy Thunder who would go to our automatic trash can and like push the lid down. And I'm like, oh, you're burning up the motor. And she like hold it in. Then we went through like 4 sets of the giant batteries that it takes. And finally she knows how to operate it. Yeah, we did have to buy a new trash can because she burned the motor up. Good gravy. Good gravy. Wait. Who said it was their first Wednesday live? Allie Carter. Hey, welcome to your first Wednesday live. Katarina Marie, owning a kitty provides endless hours of entertainment for sure. Yes, for sure. She's very playful and very snuggly. Hey, 3960 out of 4K. We are this close to hitting the goal for that spicy story right off the rip here. Angelica, Rene, Fortunato, Sam Gilmore, Jerry, Elise, Catriana, Elise, Sam Gilmore again there. Thank you guys so much. You guys are awesome. We're going to get there. We're going to get there here in just a second. I'll go ahead and start the next story, though. We will start the next one. Hey there, it is Dusty Thunder with another... No, wait. We just hit it. I hadn't even gotten into the title yet, and we just hit it. We're going to go ahead and give some thanks for that and get that spicy story locked in here. Mamacita, can I get a list from you, please? Oh, sweet. Excellent. Merci beaucoup. In particular order here, we've got Sam Goofballs in the number one spot at 1.1K. Then we got Jen here at 8 hundo. Joanne Butthead at 517, our top three. Heck yeah. Obscure in the number 4 spot. The Spicy Calico Cat. La Vida B. Laura Litzel. Elise Kutch. Mama Says So. Yvette Doroshko. Joycey Brown. Queen Dragonfly. Charlie Diego. Anna. T-Witch. Tay the Witch. Ms. G Lady. Jess Bates. Christian Museum Girl. Amy Castro. Candy Koala. Jennifer Harrison. Hey Lady. Lindsay. Jerry Lee Go Forth. Lady of Oz. Rose Madrigal. Diana C. Anthony. And P.S. Papaya. Thank you guys so much. Greatly appreciate the love. You have unlocked a spicy story. And I'll get the next goal set up here right now. This one is going to unlock a Tony Spark appearance and a choose your own adventure story.
Ooh, it's like R.L. Stein.
Who used to read the choose your own adventure stories and like make your choice and get into that and be like, oh no, fuck this. This was a terrible idea. Like, go back.
Yes.
Go back. Yes, you got to go back. That was a mistake. I don't know if we'll be able to do that today. Tony Spark appearance and choose. Adult books? By adult books, do you mean adult books?
I mean, maybe.
Oh,
Maybe I mean both.
yeah. You want some choose your own adventure adult book?
Yeah.
2.5K finger hearts. That's what we're going for. Okay, so once we hit the goal, we'll do a poll and you will decide if you want to do a petty revenge or a spicy cake story. That's the choose your own adventure. Y'all get a choice. You get to choose. All right, we are off and running on that goal. 25 hundo finger hearts. In the meantime, spicy reward story number 1, correct? Is that right?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. Sorry, I didn't hear it. Love the Goosebumps one. There you go. Wonder Woman, I'm a petty Betty. Okay, here we go. Spicy reward story time. Ladies and gentlemen, we got one of these for you. It's Senor Pepper time. It's a spicy reward story. This one is titled, Am I the Astronaut for Going Off on My Coworker After She Tried to Discipline My Kid at a Work Barbecue? We'll do a poll for this one. I have a feeling I know how the poll's gonna go. Story might be twisty though, might be saucy. Am I the astronaut for going off on my coworker after she tried to discipline my kid at a work barbecue? I'm going NTA on this.
I'm going into
Going NTA.
Me too.
Whoa. It's a spicy barbecue story. Not a sweet barbecue story. Get out your wet naps and your bibs. Who wears a bib for barbecue? That's really just like a seafood crab leg kind of thing, huh? You might need like a full body bib.
Glad you love me.
Of course I love you.
I'm a messy eater and I don't try.
Mary Doyle, I'm still the only person that you have sent a gift to. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate that. That's super cool. That Alaska girl, Nisa, Dean Johnson. That Alaska girl with 82 of the finger hearts. Dean Johnson with the heart me. Nisa, 26 of the finger hearts. That Alaska girl dropping finger hearts and heart me there too. Mary Doyle with the hand heart. Thank you so much. Shadow Wolf, Dylan Sprague, Mighty Mouse, Joy, Luke, Emily Bray, Anna Hansen, Elise. Drop on the finger hearts too. Tay the Witch. You guys are awesome. Thank you. Jenny Lee, Spicy Calico Cat, That Alaska Girl, Fly on the Wall, McHay, ATC, Victor Zamudgo. 78% went NTA on this. It's a pretty good percentage right there, tell you what. 78%. I, 31 female, work in marketing at a mid-sized company. We had a casual barbecue at my boss's house, and we were told it was fine to bring partners and kids. I brought my 5-year-old son. He's super social, not perfect, obviously, but generally well-behaved and respectful. Enter Kelly, fake name, a coworker in her late 30s who has no kids, has said multiple times she doesn't like them, and makes passive comments whenever someone brings a kid to the office, even for 10 minutes to pick something up. She acts like the mere presence of a child gives her a migraine.
Fuck this bitch.
Well, she'd hate working here because we're old children. At the barbecue, my son was playing tag with some other kids in the yard. They were loud, sure, but it's a barbecue. Outside with other kids, normal stuff. Out of nowhere, I see Kelly grab my son by the arm and snap at him. You need to stop yelling. You're not at the zoo.
Oh, hell no. Hell fucking no. Hell no.
Also, has this bitch ever been to a zoo? Like, it's not like the go-to place for yelling. Confused. I swear to Jeebus, I thought I misheard. My kid looked freaked out and came running to me. I walked up to her and said something like, don't talk to my child like that. If you have an issue, you come to me. You don't touch him, and you definitely don't insult him. She rolled her eyes and said someone had to set boundaries, and since I clearly wasn't going to, I lost it. I told her to stay away from my kid and that she had no business putting her hands on anyone else's child. People definitely heard, and it was awkward for sure. Now she's been cold at work, and another coworker said that I overreacted and that Kelly was just trying to help. Am I the astronaut for causing a scene? Let's read the top comment. Have no kids, don't work with them, don't want them, and don't feel comfortable around them in general. I like my peace and quiet and don't have a ton of patience with kids. I'm just not suited to dealing with them very much. I cannot imagine ever putting my hands on a child unless they were in imminent danger or putting someone else in danger. About to shove their hand in burning coal? Yeah, I'm going to stop them from doing that. Reaching for a rattlesnake? Oops, let's just scoop that wee one up and set them aside while we relocate the critter somewhere not so less than ideal. About to French kiss a semi going 80 miles per hour? You bet I'm snatching them up and out of the way, but just run around and being a kid? She's lucky getting yelled at was all she got, and not getting her hand back in pieces shoved down her throat one by one. I like this commenter. I don't want any of my own? I don't want any of my own and have no desire to spend more time around them than strictly necessary, but that doesn't mean I'd ever mistreat one. I swear so many people take it's okay to not be good with kids to mean it's okay to actively hate people and who have committed the crime of not being older already and to treat them like trash and sometimes even get physical with them. I don't like kids, but that doesn't mean that I won't protect them when needed because they are children.
I think this is a good reminder for people that choose to be child-free that you are entitled to a child-free life, but not a child-free world. Children exist. If children didn't exist, the world would fucking stop. The people that, also, if anyone ever puts their fucking hands on my child, be prepared for your world to end because I don't even fucking care. I will go ape shit on someone. Also, I love this commenter because they accept the fact that they don't want kids, they're not good with kids, and that's totally fine. That is your choice. But like they said, they are a member of society. Our world does not, our world stops if there aren't children. Like, you understand that you were a child once and you grew up into an adult who got the choice to make whether or not you wanted children. But for someone to put their hand on my child, like, that's everything that I know. Like, animal instinct is taking over because I will cause a fucking scene. Like, you don't get to touch my child. If you have a problem, if my child does something, you come to the parent. I would never approach a child and touch them or tell them that they're, like, insult them the way that she has. Like, that is completely uncalled for, especially at a work barbecue.
You're being too loud. Do you think you're outside or something? What does this look like? A fucking barbecue?
Yeah, I think
the whole zoo thing still has me like,
what are you gonna
befuddled here?
Like animals are just yelling.
You need to not yell. You're not at a zoo. It's the first thing I do when I get to the zoo. I'm like, hey, animals! It's time to yell! The lions are like, oh, fucking A.
Yeah.
This kid was 5. This is a 5-year-old kid.
So that's 1 year older than our youngest. Yeah. I know how I would feel. I'm so interested to see how you would feel because I'm Mama Bear. Like, I know that 100%. But I want to know how you would react if somebody did this to our child.
There would be words. There would be a let's talk in private conversation. Or have you seen? I'm pretty sure it was SNL that did a skit of like a skit parody of the whole NBC's The Slap thing, the Zachary Quinto show. But in their version, this guy just walks around and slaps everybody. Just like, doesn't matter. It's like everybody. That would be hilarious. This is 100% not okay. and you would be having a conversation with me privately, and we'd be going into like who the hell you think you are, and may get the authorities involved, may not. You don't touch someone else's kid. Unless, like top commenter here says, you're saving their life. There's some kind of imminent threat. Like, you don't touch someone else's kid. You can be annoyed by kids all you want, but to actively engage with them in a negative way is just fucked up. You shouldn't be allowed around kids. And you know what? That's probably for your benefit, but also for the rest of the world's, because you, for whatever reason, you have more than a preference to not have or be around kids. Like, you have, for whatever reason, something happened in your past that made you like hate children, right? Maybe you were a teen whenever your mom had another kid and that baby took all the attention, and you just grew to hate kids for that reason, but you're taking it out on every kid in the entire fucking world right now. You need help. You need to talk to somebody and figure out why you have the feelings that you do and why you're okay with acting on them toward children. Defenseless 5-year-old kids. You better expect a parent to react.
As someone asked on TikTok, did she yell at the other kids playing, or was she targeting OP's child? And
Unknown.
That's a good question.
Unknown.
Yeah, obviously we don't have that information, but I think that's a great question. This topic of, I saw this thing that it was, it said their opinion was popular, and it's like, why are we bringing kids to places where they don't belong? The place they were talking about was the grocery store. They were saying that kids don't belong at the grocery store, kids don't belong on airplanes, kids don't belong, and I'm like, I respect people that don't want to have kids. Like, I think that is your right to choose. But to pretend like kids don't exist in a world is thing. But this is a topic that we are tackling on Imperfect Storms.
Sorry, this whole time I thought you were on screen, and I'm just like,
no, I'm just a voice.
Reacting to the ghost of Candy Thunder.
I'm just a voice above you.
It's the voice in my head.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah. How are we going to expect our kids to act in society if we don't bring them into society? I think that's the most important question.
Well, not just that, but look, like, someone who bitches about kids being present in the world. Let's say some kind of child segregation happened, right? Just for argument's sake here, if there weren't kids there, they would find the next group to bitch about being around in grocery stores and airplanes. It doesn't fucking matter who it is. They're going to find something else to bitch about. So basically, until you can afford to fly private and have a personal shopper do all your shit for you, just stop fucking bitching. Just stop fucking talking. That's the world. If you want to be in it, that's it. It is what it is. Guess what? They're not real happy about you being there either, but there you fucking are. So get over yourself until you can fly private. And then you can be as bitchy as you want. Did you have something you wanted to add to that? Sorry.
I feel like the next group they might target is people who laugh obnoxiously, just based on a noise level. And so I feel like I might be considered to be in that group because my laugh is very cackling.
Your laugh is not obnoxious. It is endearing.
Oh, it's super
It is hilarious.
It's super, but it's very loud. I can be a very loud person. So Ava and I are definitely on the outs. If they choose to attack the next loud group, I'm done.
Oh, God.
I'm fucking done.
Sign on the fucking door. No loud laughers allowed.
I'll turn my mic off.
No loud laughers allowed.
I'm a wheeze laugher.
What do you think this is? A zoo? Good gravy. Not the candy cackle beyond. That's fantastic. I Wonder Woman, you get loud and snort sometimes when you're laughing. Good. That's awesome. Alan says, I love my friends' kids, my nieces and nephews, but I am glad Mac and I never had kids after Alexander. I enjoy my peaceful home. I don't expect the world to be that way, though. That's fair, right? Like, you know what you're stepping into when you go out in public. Like, you're stepping into having no control over the other human beings that are there. That includes the tiny ones. Maybe she needs to work at a zoo. I don't know. Swish with the bigger heart and the Go Popular and the Heart Me. Thank you so much for that. Danny Mayhew, Victor Zamudio, Sue Missy, Granny D. Thanks so much for the love. Heidi J just became a 20-month sub, and that gosh, heck, spam on the TikTok side. Cherry Blossoms, Ashley Birmingham, that Alaska girl, dropping the hundo. Finger hearts. Thank you so much for that. Tyne, Paige S, Nisa, Sarah Kathleen, that Alaska girl in there, again there. T-Witch, Andromeda Amber, Gummy Nerd, Spicy Calico Cat, Mick Hay, Victor Zamudio, again there, Charlotte. You guys are awesome. Katriana, Natalie, Bobby Joe, Bruce, see you there too. Thank you so much for the love. We're at 551 of 2,500 on the finger heart goal right now. And we're at 4 of 10 on the YouTube side. Reminders, TikTok side, you're going to unlock a Tony Spark appearance and a choose your own adventure story where you get to pick what kind of story we're going to reward with. And YouTube side, we're going for a shirt change and confetti. Just a reminder, that shirt change happens off camera. Nobody wants to see that. We did have an interesting QOD for you that we might use another time. Speaking of shirtless, but we'll save that. Tony Spark's giving me the don't do it. Don't do it. Katie Coleman subscribed for the first time. Welcome to the Gosh Heck It fam, Katie. It's the worst place to find a... Yeah. No.
That is sad.
No.
Also, your hotel bed has been there. Done.
Oh. Okay, we got to do it. We got to do it now.
Yeah,
We-
they could have been. They might have been. We got a new
Okay,
room.
fine. We'll talk about it later.
We got a new room.
We're going to talk about it later. Okay, I'm back to story number 2, correct? Tony Spark. You don't know. At least, yeah, that's more of a Patreon style thing.
Wait, you're taking. I didn't
Elise, you're about to get smoked to the purple cells. You're gonna still going to the fair in the hail. Purple's hail, right?
Hail.
Hail. It's gonna be a hail of a fair. Yeah, just make sure you stay in covered areas, I guess. Hail. Is there a like skull, the Wellness Warrior? There is a like skull. There's not. We don't have the progress meter up, but we have a like skull of 300K. Okay, here we go. Hey there, it is Dusty Thunder with yet another story for you. What's going on over there? Oh, I see. I just saw it out of the corner of my eye. Hey, it's Dusty Thunder with another story for you. Title of this one is, Am I the Astronaut for Sneaking Out and Causing My Sister to Lose Her Job? Sounds pretty serious, OP. Getting the poll started. Poll. Go. 1 minute. Am I the astronaut for sneaking out and causing my sister to lose her job? I'm going to go with yeah. Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably. Based on title alone, sneaking out and causing my sister to lose her job, I'm going ASCON 2. Which means I'm probably wrong. At least sirens are going off in St. Louis right now, and that's coming for you. Just all the protective vibes for you.
Be careful of these.
Freaking severe weather is no joke. It's no joke. No joke. What's going on over there? You choking on a chicken
I
bone?
still have, like, where I was sick, like, so
You got the
from it,
phlegmies?
My throat will get all scratchy, and I said, "Be safe, please." The way that it came out was very scratchy. I'm sorry. Just put me in a group with kids.
Put you in a group with kids? Sam Gilmore, Amber Reed, Sherry Sosa, the Alaska Girl, Kelmashi, MBW, Katie Coleman, thank you so much for the love. Love X! And the Gosh Heck It fam. Heck yes. Thank you so much. Sam Gilmore getting ready to hit 200 with those finger hearts. 35% went ASCON 2. We're all going to be wrong together.
There was quite a few on ASCON 1.
There were 38, yeah.
That was
ASCON 1 was right behind it. All right, title one last time. Am I the astronaut for sneaking out and causing my sister to lose her job? My sister is 33 female and I'm 14 female. She had a baby 3 months ago. I just got out of school for the summer and really wanted to rest, but my sister decided she wants to finally get a job. Now she's making me babysit my niece. I have zero experience with babies and I get overstimulated easily. It's been really hard for me. I asked her if she could put the baby in daycare or something, but she refused. I decided to just suck it up, but it's been exhausting. I have insomnia, and it's hard to sleep when I feel like I need to be awake 24/7 to watch the baby. I'm constantly scared something might happen if I fall asleep. Okay, hold on. Quick red flag timeout here. Okay, this is OP, who is 14. OP's sister who's 33.
Baby is 3 months.
Baby is 3 months, and OP's sister is like, hey, you're 14. You're in charge of my baby now. That doesn't seem right or safe or like anything that should be happening here. I told my mom how I felt, but she just said I'd just have to deal with it. Both my parents work, so I'm left alone with the baby for hours almost every day. What mom is going to be like, yeah, no, this is the right thing to do. You're 14. Here's your baby. A few days ago, I got tired of everything. The night before my sister got ready for work, I snuck out and went to my friend's house so I wouldn't have to deal with it and could finally get some sleep. When I came home that morning after I saw all the missed calls and messages, and my mom and sister were really mad at me. They said I was being selfish and lazy. My sister even quit her job because I told her I'd leave again if she kept making me babysit. I definitely felt bad after. It feels like my whole family is barely talking to me except for my dad, and even he said I shouldn't have done that. Also, I love my niece, and this isn't hate to her. She's adorable. A little edit for more info. I see my dad being brought up a bit, but he works in different places with steel work, so he's very rarely home, but we do call often. My niece's father doesn't want anything to do with her or my sister. It's been that way since she was pregnant anyway. So she left him and moved back in with us. She had a job before, but quit to take care of the baby when she was a newborn and up until now, of course. Also, her and my mom work at the same place, so they're both night shift jobs, and they're tired when they come home from working, so I usually have to watch my niece a bit longer so they can rest when they get home, since they expect me to sleep while I'm babysitting. But I just can't. I'm so paranoid something could happen. Even when I'm feeding the baby and she coughs even a little or something, or if she's sleeping too hard, I panic. And honestly, I didn't even know daycare wasn't free until I read these comments. I thought maybe it was like public school. Sorry. You shouldn't have to know, OP. You're 14 fucking years old. This is not the kind of thing that somebody is just like, here, it's your responsibility. No, it's the baby's mom's responsibility. It is not your job to be doing this. Especially, they gave you the graveyard shift, kid. And you're right. With a baby, 3 months, still a baby in my book, like, it's tough in the beginning. Like, yes, if you've just been handed the torch on this thing and they're like, yeah, sleep, but don't let anything happen to the kid. And you're like scared as hell, as you should be, until you get into some kind of rhythm of learning this baby and learning what the fuck you're doing. You're going to be super nervous here. That's just how it's going to be. This should never be dumped in your lap. No one can force you to do this. And if they are forcing you to do this, this feels like a CPS kind of phone call.
Absolutely. Like, my heart is broken for this little girl. She's 14. She is not the sorry. She is not the asshole in any way, shape, or form. She is a 14-year-old child. A 14-year-old child does not watch a baby like this. I could understand like an hour or something like that. Like, but this is completely unacceptable. Like, this is unfucking acceptable to do this to your 14-year-old child and then make them feel like shame and wrong that they can't do this anymore because they're not sleeping. And I don't blame them. Like, the sleep part of it, when you have a new baby, like, that is scary. And that's something that a parent should be monitoring, not a child, not another child. That is the definition of parentification. And that is what they were doing to this poor child. And she is burnt the fuck out. And they don't even seem to care. They only care about how it affects their life. By calling her selfish, fuck them.
Her sister, baby's mom, decided to go back to work. That was a decision.
You don't get to go back to work unless you have someone to care for your child. And that someone cannot be a 14-year-old girl that is telling you she can't handle this.
Exactly. Also, if mom and OP's sis work in the same place, like, there's got to be a way for them to work alternating shifts and not work at the same time. That's the only option here. This is not something that gets thrown onto a 14-year-old kid. It's just not. Unless that 14-year-old is like, hey, I would love to do this. I can do this. I'd love to do it and like make some extra money if you want me to sit her. Not full overnights all the time.
No, I mean, she's raising that baby at this point because she's saying they're coming home from their overnight shift and still sleeping. Yeah. And so she's still having to be, I mean, I know it's summertime here in the United States right now. I don't know where this story is from, but how is she going to go to school? How is she going to do all the things that she should be able to do? She should be able to go to her friends and spend the night if that's what she wants to do. She should not be forced to raise a child she did not bring into this world at 14 years old. That is a fucked up thing to do to your child. Sis and mom are ass con one. Dad
Agreed.
can go there too since he supported them. Fuck that. Like, you are not supporting your child. Your responsibility is your child.
Yeah, and they're taking advantage of you, OP, and treating you like you have no choice. Little do they know that you do. They're not going to like it when you finally do issue that choice because it's going to reflect poorly on them. There's going to be some ramifications for it, but you do have a choice, and it ain't this. I feel really bad for you. I feel really bad for the baby in this too because it's being treated like a burden. It's not okay. There has to be another solution, or like she didn't have the choice of going back to work. That's it. There has to be another solution. That isn't you. Had her drop the Tim bomb, said, I'm sorry, but if I was, I would have called child services on my mom and sister. Not only is this child neglect, but also you're putting OP health on the line. Agreed. Yeah. Physical and mental health.
Yeah.
Like, hey, yeah, you don't sleep anymore. Congratulations. We want you to sleep. We want you to sleep and work at the same time. Puzzle time. That was early.
Puzzle time.
Puzzle time. Puzzle time. Everyone is asked on one except OP and the baby. I would agree. Max.
Poor baby.
Yep. Poor baby. Good gravy. Good gravy, baby.
Is this a black hole?
Is it black
Mom
hole?
and sis, or just ask on mom? 'Cause I'm leaning towards black hole because
Tater Thunder here is leaning towards black hole. For manipulating and gaslighting this 14-year-old kid into having no choice.
send them.
OP, you're a prisoner right now. What happened when you tried to escape? Consequences. You're a prisoner working at a work camp. Yeah, I'd say that qualifies.
Sis and mom. Someone said dad is ass con one.
Cat talk. She can't drive to a hospital or anywhere even. Exactly. Yeah, what's like, okay. Yeah, and if something did happen, like how scarring would that be? Like, agreed. Ask on one for dad, mom and sis. Black hole.
My next question is, do we think the 33-year-old raised the 14-year-old? Do you think this is a cycle? Because the difference in age leads me to believe, and the fact that the 33-year-old mom had no problem with leaving the child with the 14-year-old makes me think that she herself was a victim of parentification and raising her sister because she sees nothing wrong with it. I don't know. Just a thought. Just an observation.
I mean, it's...
My voice. I'm sorry.
What is happening?
It's phlegmy. It's post sickness. I don't know. It just keeps going in and out.
Did you go to a Chiefs game yesterday, or like what?
No.
She's been yelling at me a lot
No
lately,
way. What?
folks. And she just yelled at me so much she finally lost her voice.
I'm not a yeller. I'm a cackler. I don't know. Moving on.
Okay. Jazzy Candy. There you go, Max. Yes, Jazzy Candy. Baby's dad doesn't want anything to do with her. That's where, yeah, they said he's a non-factor in there.
So glad he has that choice.
Yeah. Yeah. 14, here in about 10 years, OP's going to end up being a gal at a work barbecue that is yelling at kids. You know what I mean? Because this is the kind of situation that gets you into a position where you start resenting children. The object of your torture. Hey, we're at 1582 of 2500 right now on the finger heart goal for the TikTok side. Grandma Shark dropping the heart to me. Jen here, a 23-month sub in the Gosh Heck It fam. Heck yeah. Max, Love X, that Alaska girl dropped 186 in the finger hearts. Love X again there. Sam Gilmore dropping 39. Addie Nicole, Charlotte, Sam Gilmore with more finger hearts and more finger hearts. Minions 10. Heather Galloway, Sahasrala. I messed it up the first time. Dang. Miss Helene, Addie Nicole, Sam Gilmore dropping 280 more. Charlotte in the Gosh Heck It fam. Heck yes, that Alaska girl with the 38. Finger hearts, Katriana, Kelly Sturgill. Thank you guys so much. Question if they're actually sisters, Miss Helene says. That's fair. That's fair. Michelle, Michelle Standiford, sending all the vibes out to your friend who's going in for an emergency C-section right now. All the vibes. Oh, that lady giraffe. The lady giraffe. Thank you so much for letting us know that. Heads up, Audible is apparently having a big sale right now, and Piano Man, the book that I wrote and narrated, is included in that sale. Piano Man by Dusty Thunder. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate it. Okay, we're bebopping over to the next story here. We are at 1740 at 25 hundo, so we're getting close on the finger heart goal, which gets Tony Spark up here in the Choose Your Own Adventure story, where you get to choose between a petty revenge story or a spicy cake story. Okay. Story 3, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, here we go. Hey there, it's Dusty Thunder again. Got a story for you. Am I the astronaut for wanting to break up with my boyfriend of one day? I mean, we got to do a poll for it because it is an Am I the astronaut question, but you know, all the context in the world here on this title. Friggin' love it. Poll has begun. Am I the astronaut for wanting to break up with my boyfriend of one day? What are you thinking here, Tater Bruni? You got the cackles going on.
I mean, how can you be an asshole for breaking up with somebody? Like,
After one day, yeah.
I don't know.
What do they call the annulment version of dating?
This might be one of the most stories I'm most excited for because I want to see what we're going to unravel.
I feel like within that amount of time you get to enact the lemon law. You'd be like, oh, I made a mistake.
That's what
rescission.
I mean, like in a boyfriend girlfriend stage, like you have the choice to just walk away.
Yeah.
You don't have to be an asshole for that.
Is there like a set amount of time where it's like you got to give it at least X amount of time before you just dump their ass? I mean, what if there's something really creepy that you like day one discover? Does it matter? Do you have to wait X amount of time? Is this like a freaking 7-day free trial where you can't do shit until the end of the 7 days, but at that 7-day mark, you better fucking cancel or it's going to start billing you? Like, is it like that? Is that how dating is?
Oh my God. Okay, I'm so excited. Let's go.
NTA took the cake here. Sorry, I like made up my own story here. We have the actual story right here.
10-day cooldown period.
10-day cooldown period. Yeah, that's right. There's got to be some kind of structure here.
Buyer's remorse on her boyfriend.
Buyer's remorse after one day. Yeah.
I must have written this. I have buyer's remorse.
Now, Candy Thunder likes to buy things and then say this. Tell me if you've ever heard this one. Figured if I don't like it, I'll just return it. Has never returned an item in her damn life.
That is not true.
Doesn't even know how it works. Has never done it. Hi, Reddit. I've never posted on here, but I want some relationship advice since I don't have much experience with relationships. Just the one day, apparently. I will also try to be as clear as possible. I-24 female. Quit laughing! You're making me laugh when you laugh. It's like you have an infectious laugh.
Okay,
That's why
I'm
it's
sorry,
awesome.
I'm crying. Okay, let's go.
Was it just the one day?
Okay. I'm ready.
I-24 female have been talking to this guy. Let's call him Zed, 27 male, for around 3 months now. I fucking knew the name was going to send her over the edge. I was like, Zed, oh shit, here she goes. I'm just, this the name, just like a random name to choose. All right, we're gonna take a serious run at this now. I-24 female have been talking to this guy. Let's call him Zed, 27 male, for around 3 months now. We met on Tinder and our conversation was great. For our first date, we decided to go on a mini golf date and it was so much fun. We really had great chemistry and clicked very well. We went on a couple more dates after that and I really started to develop feelings for him. I communicated this with Zed and he told me due to some past relationship issues and trauma, he wasn't ready to commit to a long-term relationship yet. I thought that was fair since I understood. His ex was not very nice to him and didn't give him any closure before she just up and left him for another guy. I was very patient for the next couple of months, especially since we didn't really know each other that well and we're still getting to know each other. The more we talked throughout the months, the more I realized he didn't think of me as a priority. He used work as an excuse and being too tired to come see me. A couple times he canceled what we had planned, which sucked. He had reasons, but I don't know, still made me feel like I would. It's a word. Hard. He had reasons, but I don't know. It still didn't make me feel important. I also feel like our texting chemistry has gone down. Shelf life on that, apparently. After we talk about, all we talk about is work and how our days are going, never about anything really meaningful or important or our future. I kind of had gotten to a point of getting over him in a sense because I felt like he wasn't giving me what I needed, and I know my worth. That brings me to tonight. We hadn't seen each other in 2 weeks due to our schedules and me flying out of state for an event. We got dinner and then headed back to my place for some much needed quality time together. I want to be clear. His company is always so nice and he makes me happy when we're together. I feel like we really understand each other and accept each other for who we are as people. I feel safe and calm when I'm with him. He is caring and checks in on me frequently. We have the same sense of humor and both like the same things. So tonight he finally asked me to be his girlfriend. I had been waiting to hear those words for months, but my initial reaction was not to say yes. I felt like I would ruin the moment and everything if I were to say no, especially because I was the one who wanted to be official in the first place. So I said yes. I was happy, but now I'm just more conflicted, so I need your help. This was yesterday that she said yes, and she's like, yeah, but no. I know I need to communicate with him, but am I the astronaut for not wanting a relationship with Zed? But am I the astronaut for not wanting a relationship with Zed? Like maybe he is just oblivious to how his actions make me feel. I haven't communicated with him. I feel like I never know when to. Is this relationship a good thing? Will it work out if we talk about our doubts? I really do like him and I want this to work out, but I also have self-respect enough to know I have needs that aren't being met. Can that be communicated and improved, or is it a lost cause and I should just end it now? Thank you for reading. There's a couple of thoughts, but let's get Tater in the mix here first.
I've pulled it together. I feel like
don't say stuff like that. That's going to make me laugh.
How many people think that he was seeing other women or other people while he was doing this? Because
is that the vibe you got?
That's what I got. Like they met on Tinder. He was probably talking to other people. And I just feel like this is like he waited out that time where he was probably talking to someone else that he may have been more interested in, especially if the texting went down. And like it just became like more friendship vibes. And then he came back around whenever whatever fizzled out, whatever fizzled out that he was already in.
His 7-day free trial.
Obviously, I'm projecting. Like this is probably like something that everyone has been through, but that's the vibe that I got based on relationships that I have experienced in the past.
Or
I think if they wanted to, they would is the biggest thing. If they like you and they are so into you, you can't like with you and I dating, like nothing could keep us away from each other. It was like we wanted to be together all the time. Like we wanted to see each other. I wanted to see you all the fucking time. And it was like, hopefully reciprocated.
Here I am.
Yeah. So like, we wanted that. Like we were falling in love with each other. Like we wanted to be around each other. And I feel like when somebody is giving you this vibe, you're getting that vibe for a reason. And she said yes hesitantly. And she said it yes hesitantly for a reason. So listen to yourself. Like, what is yourself telling you right now?
Okay, here's another angle. Here's a dudely angle that I would like to throw your direction.
Yes, absolutely.
And keep it on candy cam for you here because I want your reaction to this.
Okay.
The dudely angle on this is that the tone that I hear throughout this entire thing is what he does for me.
Mm-hmm.
Me. I feel like she is only focused on what he does for her and not how they are together in a relationship. She did give us one line about them having like a similar sense of humor and being like having good chemistry together there. But it is all about like my needs. And even when he could have potentially actually had work things, could have been busy with work for a while, or it could have been that he got the Mimi's vibe from this and was like, man, I don't know.
Then why would he circle back around 3 months later and ask her to be his girlfriend?
Maybe gave it a chance because they finally got to spend a little more time together. It's possible. I'm not saying it's that, but I'm saying there is an innocent path here that is possible.
Now let me ask you this. No matter how tired you were, no matter how much work you had, what kept you away from me in the beginning of our relationship? Because nothing did.
That's a good point.
Nothing kept you away. You would have rather had 2 hours of sleep than not spend time with me. Same. And I felt the exact same way.
Okay,
I
but
couldn't wait
here's the
to be
difference,
with you.
though. Yeah, and maybe maybe it is like that a little bit, but if she does have the Mimi focus that it feels like she has from the post, and if he is actually really busy with work, it seems like there would be a communication between the two of them. It's like, oh, we can't do our original plan because this shit got really busy. Okay, how about I go pick up some dinner and I bring it to your place?
Yeah, I do agree.
That would have been what would happen with us.
100%. And I do agree in this situation that she's unsure of herself. And like she said, I didn't know when I should text him. And I think she felt that she shouldn't text him because she was getting a vibe that he wasn't available, like if conversationally available. She said that earlier in the post, like I wasn't sure when I should or what I should do or what I should say. So she is a little bit young in that. She's what, 24? I think she's a little bit young and not secure in what she wants and what she's feeling in a relationship.
Sure.
So I do feel that way with her, but I think she needs to, you don't gain that maturity in a relationship until you have the hard conversation. So I think it's important for her to have this conversation with him and be like, hey, this is what, I wouldn't call them expectations, but like, this is what I want out of a relationship. What is it that you want?
Call them expectations. I think it would be hilarious.
What do you want out of a relationship? What means something to you? Like, how can we make this work together?
Hi, yes, Zed. It's time for your 30-day review. Please come into my office. These were the expectations, and so that's what I think expectations would. Too far. I flew too close to the sun.
I know what you're saying about the memes, but we also have to understand that this is her post. Like, she's not going to give us every single fucking detail about every time she texted him. So she's telling us her point of view. This is her POV. So we can't say this is only her me.
No, I understand. I understand that. I just mean, I definitely got that vibe from this, but also throughout this, like, I understand your perspective here too, and the vibe that he gives off. And in the end, this is look, you're young. Like, you don't learn how to relationship until you're relationshiping.
100%.
It's one of those things that
trial by fire.
Yep, trial by fire. You feel your way through. You have tough conversations. That's how you understand the situations better and understand each other better. And in your early 20s, you don't know shit about fuck when it comes to communication, right?
I would not break up with this guy yet. And if this was me, I would not break up with this guy yet.
You give it a chance?
I was super insecure at 24, so I wouldn't break up with this guy. Be like, oh, you were just unavailable. Cool.
Maybe this is him stepping it up. Yeah. You know what I mean? Or who knows, though? And I guess that's the kicker is that, like, it's got to be, what do you want?
And I mean, at the end of the day, they weren't in a relationship. So if he is seeing other girls, then that's his right, because he did not commit to a relationship with this woman. And so if he wanted to feel out other stuff, then that's fine. That's on him. That's
literally feel out other stuff.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, that's how it works, though. Like, you commit to a relationship, you're in the relationship, but if you still want to go on dates with other people, then you keep it open.
I understand. But however, now that they're boyfriend and girlfriend, let's say they get 3 months into this, and then they start discussing what happened during that phase. And that is going to hurt OP.
100%.
Yeah.
But I mean, at the end of the day, that's why you have the hard conversations now. I don't know.
Dusty Blevins, I freaking love this, says, Zeb, we're looking at going in a different direction. Yeah.
You've been let go.
Yeah. We've actually eliminated the position. Yes. Dating is dating for a reason, but she pushed to be official, then doesn't want it. Magic Drop says, yeah. And
your insecurities are
definitely driving the boat there, but also, like, doesn't matter which angle he's coming from. Like, he thinks this is what she wants. In probably a brozo kind of way, is like, all I have to do is commit. Like, say it. Not actually do it. So that's the thing, is that he offered the title, but hasn't offered any of the work yet. And I understand the flip side of like, that's your perspective here, is that I think he's done this to appease her, and maybe that's just to keep her around because he kind of felt it slipping. So it could just be a ruse, right? It could be meaningless here. Can't remember the question. Oh, am I the astronaut for wanting to break up with my boyfriend of one day? No, you're not. Not to say that that's the right thing to do, but for wanting to, it's understandable. And at this point, like, I think this is a learning opportunity for you, and a growing opportunity here, where you're going to understand that like, you tried to punt pain. You tried to punt the pain of making the situation awkward by saying no, right? You tried to kick the can, and that pain is inevitable, because now you're going to have a really awkward conversation about why you said yes in the first place, and then go into the reasons why you don't think it's right for you right now. So you're actually amplifying the amount of pain you're going to have to go through here. So I get it. This is inexperience. Use this to like correct course and go for what you really want, whatever that is here. And if that's clarification about what he sees this as and what's being exclusive really means to him, then get that clarification. If that is to gain some distance back because you don't like the direction that this is going, then do that. But trying to not voice your opinion and not be heard for the sake of not making it awkward isn't gonna fly. It's got to be awkward at some point, and that's how you grow. Your trajectory in life will largely be determined by your willingness to have awkward conversations. So just start in it. Choose your pain. It's the awkward conversation that'll last 2 minutes, or it's the 6 months of awkwardness being boyfriend and girlfriend with somebody that you really didn't want to be in an exclusive relationship with.
Okay, repeat that one more time. Your life trajectory would be, like,
your
say that.
Life trajectory is largely influenced by your willingness to have awkward conversations.
I fucking love that. And it's so true. And I don't think that's something you learn. Like we said earlier, it's like relationships are trial by fire. You don't learn that until you've had relationships with people. And that can be any type of relationship, like friendships, romantic relationships, all of them. And so I think I fucking love that. I think we need to put that on something.
Put it on a t-shirt?
No, I don't know if t-shirt, but I'm like definitely going to write that down in a journal, because I really love that.
It makes sense. And I think that's something that's a lot of the like year one of living together. Not necessarily year one of marriage, but year one being really tough for couples once they move in together, because you encounter so many awkward situations that require awkward conversations, but you're not willing to have them until you hit a breaking point, right? And then you have to. There's no fucking choice at that point. Say it one more time.
Someone asked.
Your trajectory in life will be largely determined by your willingness to have awkward conversations. I think that's what I said.
Also, I said
We'll clip it.
I can't even say
trajectory.
That. Trajectory. It's my progesterone.
Progesterone. I gave up.
The way I said trajectory. Oh, I said it. Yeah, go me. But it was the way that, it's my progesterone word.
Progesterone. That's such a tough word, man. Had her drop the 5-bomb and said, wow, one whole day I broke up with my ex-girlfriend after we made it official because she wanted me to cut out all my friends. Nope. Yeah, I don't think there is like an amount of time you have to wait, and that is why it's dating, so you can make those choices. And if you learn something that is a deal breaker or a game changer the same day, 1 fucking minute later, or 10 years later, like, you have every right to opt out of that relationship, right?
You don't.
No, I don't. I'm saying OP and the Hatter, yeah. Hey, Sparky79, member for 20 months of the God Shack and Thunder Crew. Sebi, welcome to the God Shack and Thunder Crew on the YouTube side. Why was that word so hard to find? Celestial just resubbed. Heck yeah. In the God Shack fam on the TikTok side. Yeah, rock. Bucks Designs, hi from the hospital in Columbia. Just had hip surgery. Hope it goes well. Recovery path. I know hip surgery can be something that is a complicated recovery. Right? So all the vibes for you. All the healing vibes there. Books, coffee, tea with a journal. Thanks so much for that. It says journal. They titled journal, or they titled an astronaut journal. Make it make sense. Super cool, though. I think we're going to have to make that our next, like, bolt-looking goal. Raina, Celestial resub, and heck yeah, in the Gosh Heck fam. Raina, again there. Bugs Designs, that Alaska girl with the finger hearts there too. We did hit that goal. Let's talk about that for a second here. Gotta get a gift list from you, mama. Oh, nice. You like held this up to me. She was trying to show me the astronaut and held this up and then pointed in the opposite direction. And by the time I looked both places, it was like disappearing. It was like a trick. You've tricked me. She tells me to look at stuff all the time. If we're laying in bed, she's like, "Here, look at this on my phone," and then covers it up with her thumb. Like, look at that. Are you reading that? Are you reading that? Can you? And I'm like, how could I possibly read that? In the number 1 spot here, we got Sam Goofballs at 4.2K. Then AK Mary in the number 2 spot at 3.6K. Our top 2 are swinging heavy here. In number 3 spot, Laura Letzel at 680. Then we got Sherry Sosa, 330. Books, Coffee Tea, Charlotte, Zamudio. Candy Thunder. Who was that? Look at that. Would you just look at that? Rex and Effect, Beth Bars, The Spicy Calico Cat, Joycey Brown, Nisa J. Bay, Elise Kutch, cast of Zoo. That's where all the yelling happens. Amber Reed, Chris, Mr. Suited, and it won't let me see the rest of it there. But Chris, thank you so much. Droshko, Kelmashi, Scary Scarves, J. Roush, Celestial Tumblers, Trisha G, Anna Henson, Varmsk, Shadow Wolf, T-Witch, T1 Any 87, Ms. Clearly Unclear, Gummy Nerd, Mariah Nance, Ducky, Jenny Lee, Joy Luke, Luna Rose, Natalie and Kansas Kitty, Jerry Lee Go Forth, Carrie, Tay the Witch, Swish Shenanigans, Airboat, and Cherry Blossom. We got a lot of new names right now, guys. Thank you so much for jumping in and helping support the stream. Greatly appreciate that. You have unlocked Tony Spark and a Choose Your Own Adventure story here. We'll get Tony up first, and then we'll get the Choose Your Own Adventure poll started up there. Let me get the next goal set. It is going to unlock a cake story and Candy Thunder feedback. No, it'll erase the other one, but I'll have to remake it. That's okay. Yeah, I've tried it before. It's okay. We can The AskCon poll is easy enough to recreate. It's fine. But you can make it on that end? Sweet action. Let's do it. Cake story and Candy Thunder feedback is... Let me find this. This is a well-timed Tony Spark appearance because I was about to do the pee-pee dance. Like the I have to pee dance, not the clarifying. When the words came out of my mouth, I was like, there probably is another pee-pee dance, and I want to make sure nobody thinks I'm talking about that. You know what I mean?
Think with a toddler.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but we do toddler speak. Okay, we are going for 90 paper trains. There's where we're going. Are you creating the poll to do now? Or we're going to do it afterward? Okay, choose your own adventure poll. This is starting off TikTok side. Okay, I'm trying to, do you have the option to start the poll on your side, Tony Spark? Poll has begun, ladies and gentlemen. Choose your own adventure poll has begun. Spicy cake story or petty revenge story? Oh, look at this. It's a battle. It's a battle here. Petty Revenge is in the lead right now with Spicy Cake quickly catching up here. Oh, Petty Revenge takes a big jump ahead. 38 seconds left. Go do my pee-pee dance in the bathroom? I think it's a great idea. Ladies and gentlemen, you know him. You love him. What?
Stand up.
Okay. Here he be, ladies and gentlemen.
Just still in the lead with 18 seconds to go. Hi.
I meant the
You want a stool? It's yeah, Petty Revenge here. Petty Revenge is pulling away. Hello, people. I'm gonna pick a bad one. Wow.
not sure.
Wish we had the candy cam going for that one because the look she just gave was yeah. Okay, well, Petty Revenge. You guys have chosen Petty Revenge as your what is It beat me with a flashlight?
I was gonna put a spotlight on you. Am I a beater?
Maybe. Hello, people. How is everybody? Do karaoke? Yeah, everybody.
It was kind of mixed on the YouTube side for petty and spicy cake.
Yeah, good job. How is everybody today on this Wednesday where it's just full of rain and sadness? Just kidding.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
See, and then now I can just...
Make it later.
What? No, I just have to... What? I don't know what's happening. Do we have
Did
to...
you watch Love Island last night?
I did not. I was going to, and then I fell asleep.
We are watching it tonight. So there'll be 2 episodes
And
tonight
then
to
there's
watch.
one-
We have homework because
Isn't there
Thunder.
one tomorrow?
Yes, so
And there's one
Thunder.
tomorrow. So we have 3 to watch before Friday.
We're
because
doing-
we're filming.
We're filming Thunder and Spark on Friday, so we are going to watch all 3 episodes of Love Island before we film. So I feel like if you're going to tune in, if you're a Thunder and Spark 7, you got to tune in to
Although-
Love Island.
By
Get
time
in the
Thunder
trashy
Spark
with us.
comes out, we will be behind again, though, because there's episodes next week, too.
Obviously,
Love to edit fast.
Here's the thing with Love Island. There are so many episodes.
so
Like,
many.
They just
yeah.
it's not like 1 a week. It's like 3 a week.
Yes,
4
we're
a
gonna
week.
be-
It's just so many.
Caden's going to be voting. We're going to be voting
Oh, we
this
gotta get
year.
the app.
We got to vote this year.
I don't know. I feel like I'm emotionally attached to the cast from last year, and that I feel like it's going to be hard to.
Ooh, Ellen, I've been
Please get
The Traitors. I've been wanting to watch that.
I've recently started watching Hacks on Max. I don't know if anybody else has watched that.
Look,
Um,
the Tony came and
also, we said last time, but I'm watching Secret Lives, and I know that you would love that show if you were to watch it.
There's a couple.
It's like selling
people
Selling
at the
Sunset.
lake, they're watching that too, and it's
Some wild
petty.
petty.
But yeah, I've recently, yes, MSHH. Can you not? It's like, can you smell the rain before it starts? Yeah, because it smells like rain before it starts. That's like a thing.
That's only an American thing.
What, smelling the rain?
Smelling rain before it starts is only American.
Is that? Oh God, bless America.
Why would you do that?
Just glad it wasn't me that time.
And you put me on camera. God, do you?
I don't know. Can you
what I have
guys?
to
Maybe that
live
should
with?
be. Maybe that should be a QOD. Can you smell the rain?
Oh, Jesus.
I feel it in my. I don't have that.
Sorry, guys. Sorry, I scream. Sorry about that.
Yeah. See, they can smell the rain in Mexico. I don't know. You can always smell the rain.
Oh no. I got a serious glare, y'all.
I don't know.
What you're smelling right now is me. Sorry.
It's not rain.
Sorry about that.
Not rain. It's
It's thunder.
yeah.
Okay, thank you, Kitty Cat Queen. I didn't think that was. I'm like, rain has a significant smell. Especially like the feeling. It's like the weather, like the humidity changing and stuff.
Smells like rain.
I think maybe it was like the post that I saw was talking about the smell of rain before it rains. Like you can,
Yeah, you can smell it before it rains. You can feel
smell
it.
it coming.
I think we also feel it too. Like feel the air, the atmosphere change. Yes.
I can feel it.
My left hip starts
Tonight.
aching before it rains.
Truth.
I'm not there yet.
Truth.
I know people do guy like who get like headaches or whatever before
there's
the
the name.
front comes through.
I can't read it that far away, but
The word is
Petrichor?
Petrichor.
What is
Interesting.
what does the name mean?
What's that mean? Somebody? It's Googling.
How did the word come up?
it's because Europe
Somebody
is
said there
rainy
was
all
a
the time.
Word for it. Well, if Europe's rainy all the time, I think we're in Europe.
It's been raining here for a
It's
month.
been raining nonstop. Interesting.
Huh.
I know. I like the smell when rain. You can smell rain.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Karen from Mean Girls, there's a 70% chance that it's raining already.
It's perfect. It's perfect.
Also, the smell of fresh cut grass. That's another one.
My boobs can tell the weather. It's from Mean Girls. I'm sorry if yours can't.
Well,
No, it's not a thing. Okay, people, enjoy
Mine,
the rest of the live.
mine can if it's cold.
Oh, wrong shoulder.
Yeah, exactly. All right, we'll dive into what, petty revenge.
Yes.
Give us the TLDR. How good is this petty revenge? You said it's heavy petty, right?
I didn't say it was heavy petty.
Oh,
I thought you assumed it was heavy.
As one does.
To be honest, I can't remember the title off the top of my head. Can't really remember what it's about at the moment. But something happens. The TLDR is something happens and somebody seeks revenge on that person for the thing that happened in a petty way. So.
cool. Yeah, there you go. Cast your votes on the poll based on that at all. Like that's all we get.
Yeah.
That's all we get.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Ladies and gents,
Tony F and Spark.
Ellen.
Even Tony Spark. Okay, so we have. Oop, did I not pin that? I need to pin that. Sorry, let me do that real quick. The paper crane goal we are already damn near halfway to 24 and 90 right now. I guess that's not damn near halfway. That's quarter, more than a quarter. What's the percentage? All right, we are on petty revenge story. Petty revenge! Choose your own adventure. That's the direction it took. Celestial with the paper crane. Smoots! Hey, buddy. With the heart me. A-Flower. Victor Zamudio dropping all kinds of paper cranes there. AITA77. Thank you so much. Nancy dropped the 5 on the YouTube side on June 1st. It rained in Arizona for the first time on that day in around 117 years.
Holy smokes.
Damn.
That's crazy.
It snowed the day we got to Arizona.
It was beautiful.
It was. In Sedona, it was very beautiful. Okay, here we go. Petty revenge story time. I started practicing opera at 6 a.m. because my neighbor complained my noisy... Damn, I screwed it up. I started practicing opera at 6 a.m. because my neighbor complained about my noisy coffee grinder. That's heavy petty. Yes, TLDR, this story involves coffee grinders and opera. Thank you, Tony Spark. Yeah, your TLDR was super helpful. I, 28 female, have lived in my apartment for about 2 years now. Every morning, I grind fresh coffee beans around 7:30 a.m. before work. It takes maybe 30 seconds, tops. Never had a single complaint until the new guy moved in next door 4 months ago. This dude, probably mid-40s, works nights apparently. But instead of talking to me like a normal person, he started leaving passive-aggressive notes under my door. First it was, "Some people are trying to sleep." Then, "The coffee grinder is excessive." Finally, last month, he escalated to filing a formal noise complaint with the landlord. The landlord laughed it off since 7:30 a.m. is well within reasonable hours, but Prince Charming next door didn't stop there. He started banging on the walls whenever I used any kitchen appliance. Blender, bang, bang. Microwave beeping, bang, bang, bang. So I decided if he wants to play the noise game, I'll play. Turns out I took opera lessons in college and still remember most of the vocals. Now I practice scales and arias every morning at 6 a.m. sharp, completely legal quiet hours, end at 6 in our building. The best part, when he came pounding on my door last week screaming about the singing, I innocently told him I'm pursuing my passion and that music is meant to be shared. He tried filing another complaint, but the landlord told him that practicing music during daytime hours is perfectly acceptable. I've been doing this for 3 weeks now. This morning I started learning Wagner. Those pieces are really long. Petty? Absolutely. But hey, at least my vocal range is improving. OP. I think it's fantastic. Also, like, look, I know some people work nights. Like, that's a thing, right? But I think if you're a person that works nights, you have to realize that most of the world is very active during the day. And it kind of seems like there's a niche for like apartment housing or something for people who work nights. That way, everybody is awake at night and asleep during the day.
I'm going to let this Prince Charming asshole guy in on a little secret. Noise canceling headphones. They work. And then you could just play like ocean sounds, or you could just literally just turn them on and they will diffuse all of the noise happening around you. And then you could sleep in peace. I think they actually have noise canceling earbuds. So if you prefer to sleep, you know, like on your side or something, like they would still work for you.
Even just like,
But-
we use our Google Assistant sometimes, and we'll have it play fan noises, like white noise for sleeping. You can do that.
Right.
And it works pretty darn well at covering up noise, at least. There are a lot of options, but look, I mean, this is one of the dangers this is one of the risks you accept. And I think when you live in something like an apartment complex or a duplex or something that's buttered up against another person's living space, like they live there too. You don't control all the spaces, unfortunately.
No, and you can't control all the sound. And it sucks. It does suck. It sucks hearing everything around you. But if you're choosing to live in an apartment, it's like you're choosing to hear the noise. So I would definitely invest in good quality noise canceling headphones and just stop. Like you're putting all this negative energy, like enraging yourself to the point of going to the landlord and like filing all these complaints.
Who told you to fuck off?
When you could literally just save some money and go buy the headphones.
Yeah.
Because that,
and then build allies with your neighbors instead of enemies. And that would be wild.
Right.
Then like if you were actually an ally with this neighbor, it could be a you guys are friendly. You talk when you need to talk. You deliver a freaking fruit basket. I don't know. But then at some point you're like, hey, would it be possible if like for this X little window of time that this doesn't happen? Like it would be a huge deal for me. Instead of just being abrasive and petty shitty about it. You know what I mean? It is kind of funny that somebody's willing to bang on your wall but won't have a face-to-face conversation with you, wants to slide notes under your door. Like, as long as there's something in between you, he's real tough, but won't have a conversation with you face-to-face. Cool. Ramona, maybe the guy needed a cup of coffee that she was making. Yeah, it's excessive, and I love it. Please give me a cup. She should buy some earplugs and tape it to his door. There you go. Had her drop the 20 bomb, said, as a person who has noise cancellation earphones because I have a very heavy snoring partner, they work like a charm. Get to listen to a soundtrack of my favorite video game and not hear my partner snoring. There you go. Like,
amen.
Headphone technology has come a long freaking way. Like that stuff works really stinking good.
That's how I survived year 4 through 6 of our marriage. He doesn't really snore anymore. He's changed his snoring habits. But yeah.
I snore on mute now.
If he does snore, I'm like, dude.
No, now our dogs snore. And I'm like, Luna,
or
stop.
And the cat.
Luna, okay, so I'm leaving you up for this because
Okay.
it's a family story. Luna dreams more vividly than any dog
She's a runner.
I have ever encountered. Like I don't know if she just dreams about rabbits all night, every night, but she does the whole like,
Okay.
oh, was that weird?
Sorry, that was so loud on the microphone. Yeah, maybe a little. I think we
Don't clip that, Caden Thunder.
I think
Let's
we might
not.
get it.
Okay. Yeah, so she dreams very
It was
vividly. And
very
she moves,
accurate, though.
She moves her entire body and makes a whole lot of noise. And I'm like, dude, like, it's adorable, but it has to stop. Ruth Wolfie dropped the 5, said, as someone who worked a graveyard shift, some of my neighbors were understanding while others did stuff on purpose. I did buy a headband with earbuds. So yeah, I mean, you have options, right? Like, and you at least explored those options. People doing things on purpose is just shitty, unless you've done something to prompt it, like OP's neighbor, right? Aries for Mars, who doesn't make imitations of their pets? I do ones of my cat sometimes. I'm like, yeah, I think it was that my imitation of Luna was just really fucking awkward.
I think it was the longevity of it.
That's what you said. Okay, diving into the next story here. We're back to 3. No, that 3 was the one-day boyfriend. We are at 4 now, correct? Right? Okay. As a reminder of where we're at right now, we're on the paper crane goal on the TikTok side for a cake story and Candy Thunder feedback. YouTube side, we're at 9 of 10 for a shirt change and confetti for the supers, $5 and up. Thank you so much. You guys are rocking it. Just rocking it. I'm just going to dive right into the title. I'm going to mix it up a little bit. Am I the astronaut for telling my wife to eat better and getting on to her about it? Why for would you do this? This seems like, as Moira would say, that sounds dangerous. Why? And why? Oh no. Okay, I gotta rebuild the poll. Oh no, yeah, it did. It's there. Holy crap, they actually did that. Okay, poll has begun. 1 minute. Am I the astronaut for telling my wife to eat better and getting on to her about it? Look, I think this is one of those things where like habits and health have to be the choice of the person who needs to make them, right? And if you as a partner want to support your partner in that journey, like that's how you have to do it. You have to support it along there. I personally wouldn't take the I'm going to be your hard ass coach stance with a partner. I think being there to support them, because it is such a tricky psychological game when it comes to personal health and when it comes to habits and that kind of shit. I think it's one that you have to tread lightly on. Now, if your relationship is one where you can be a hard ass coach and that's the way that you are with each other and you have that mutual understanding, cool. Judging off the title alone and not having that information, I'm like, yeah, this seems like an asshole thing to do. I'm going to go 2. Like, it definitely shouldn't do it. In my book, based on title alone. We'll see where this goes. Tater Thunder, you don't know this story, right? Where would you go?
I have not read it. I would say 1 or 2 without having any context. Because it's not, he said, am I also for telling my wife, not asking.
That's true. Words are important.
Yeah, conversating, like talking to her about why it's important is just telling her to do it. So that's the part that's making me choose 1 or 2. But obviously, we'll find out.
Ask on 1 was the winner in the poll with 36%. And I saw Dr. Sweet said, I just called my friend's husband a moron for being an ass about her weight. It's just like dangerous territory. Like why would you even consider entering that territory? I don't get it. Title one last time. Am I the astronaut for telling my wife to eat better and getting on to her about it? We're both mid-30s and we have a 2-month-old baby who is breastfed. Okay, let's go ahead and stop right there. Hold on. New information, ladies and gentlemen. We're 1 line into this story, and OP has become an even bigger asshole. You're telling your wife to eat better and getting on to her about it, and she had a baby 2 months ago.
And breastfeeding.
Breastfeeding.
Big fucking deal.
Okay, all right. Smart. I'll be blunt, my wife's diet is terrible. She's not overweight, nor does she have any health problems, but she just doesn't eat anything healthy. Not overweight, no health problems. He just doesn't like what she eats. Her diet consists mainly of chips and then some form of meat or pie or frozen pizza or something else to that effect. She tells me she doesn't like anything. The only veggie she likes is cucumber and lettuce, and the only fruit she'll eat is strawberries and apples. That is it. She eats a hell of a lot of ultra-processed snacks like chocolate, cake, and biscuits. I class myself as quite a healthy eater. But I only eat 1 meal a day, and it's very regimented and full of vegetables, lean protein, and healthy fats. I cook for her in the evening, and I'll ask her what she wants for tea, but it's always the same things all the time. When she does herself dinner, it's always something like bread and butter or bread and cheese, or I've seen her eat just raw bread. Sometimes she'll ask me to cook her a beef ragu and spaghetti, and I always sneak as much vegetables as I can in. A cup of spinach, kale, mushrooms, sometimes kidney beans, although she tends to pick them out, and keep asking her to take some supplements like vitamin D, especially with her breastfeeding, and she might have 1 or 2 supplements, but then forgets to take them for days on end, and I have to keep reminding her. I always try to get her to try new things, but she always says that she doesn't like the texture or something. I know it's her body and she can eat what she wants, but I kind of worry about her long-term health when she keeps eating like this. I've pointed it out when she has a slice of cake at 10:30 a.m. that it's not healthy and she should eat better, and she gets ultra defensive and we end up falling out. I've tried approaching it delicately. At the end, the result is the same. I don't know how breastfeeding works in terms of how she eats affects the quality, I guess, of the breast milk, but I worry that her lack of proper diet and nutrients may also have an effect on the baby. I do give her some vitamin D supplements and stuff, but I still get a little worried. At the end of the day, I only want what's best for her and really do want her to eat a little better. But each time I mention it, I get demonized and make to feel like I'm being controlling or something. It isn't at all like that, at least not from my view, and I end up feeling really guilty. For anyone wondering, yes, her diet has always been bad, and the baby hasn't changed her diet in any way. She has had a bad diet for as long as we've been together, which is coming on 9 years. Slight edit to add: when I say get on her about it, I don't mean literally all the time, but fairly frequently. I didn't think that explanation was going in that direction. I was like, when I say get on her about it, I don't mean literally. And I was like, well, yeah, obviously. And then he's like, okay, no. Tater Rooney.
I mean, this may piss a lot of people off, but as someone who is now facing the issues of having a shitty diet, as I approach 40, I feel like changing your diet earlier in life is actually fucking important. I think because it can cause issues in your life, but you can't make that decision for her. She has to want that for herself. And she will have ramifications of her diet, of eating highly processed food, about, she's going to have issues with highly processed food later in life, but you can't make those changes for her.
Okay, so
I'm not centering myself. I'm using myself as an example. Fuck off, dude. I used it as an example of someone like issues with diet. It causes issues later in life. It has to be your choice to make the change, though. You can't force someone to make a change.
The commenter was talking about OP, not about you. Well, that's fine. Welcome to week 3, ladies and gentlemen.
Absolutely.
Welcome to week 3. Crossfire.
I did center myself in that. I did center myself in that.
Yeah.
I don't think he's centering himself. I think I get the vibe that he loves her and he wants to be with her for life and he wants her to be healthy, but he cannot make those choices for her.
Agreed. You can't make those choices for her. And from my perspective here, this whole time when I was reading through this, I'm like, you're getting into controlling territory, getting into controlling territory. And then I'm like, wait a second. Like, when her habit affects your child directly, you do have more to care about there and you should have more of a voice. Not the angle. It kept getting worse here. And for you, OP, like, I understand. I get it now. You're like, hey, my baby is receiving her bad diet. And maybe that's where the real concern comes from, because he knows he's not going to change what she does for her own sake. But now it's their child's sake seeing this as well and getting used to these things. Like, I understand that concern, but here at the end, you say it's always been bad for as long as we've been together, which is going on 9 years. You're not going to change that through bitching.
That's what you just said. You can't bitch at her to make her change.
Exactly.
That is 100% going to force her in the opposite direction. That's going to make her want to be petty and feel slighted and feel attacked because you're coming. It's like trying to tell someone that they need to go to therapy. That's not going to make them want to go to therapy. That's going to make them defensive about what they're currently doing. And I feel like he's hitting the same wall.
Yeah. You need therapy and you need to eat better. Things are probably along the same lines as, like, no one wants to hear that.
I mean, we talk a lot about how children change your life and how you make decision based on what you want for your children. And maybe that's what he's feeling now and why he's pushing for this change, because he wants a mom that's going to be there in 40 years. He wants these things out of life. And so, but he has to go about it a different way. He's going to have to make her want it too.
Right. Yeah. And if anything, Ellen, I see what you're saying here. Ellen says she ate like shit before they got married and before she got pregnant, but he expects her to magically change now. You should have thought of that before you got married and had a baby. Yeah. So he accepted that risk head on and now is trying to get her to change just at the drop of a hat. It's not going to happen like that. You aren't going to be able to like whip her into submission to get her to do this. You're not going to be able to bitch at her and negatively react here and get her to react in a positive way that you want, right? You can lead by example, which you have, but she hasn't adopted, right? See you, Caden Thunder. Bye, dude. You can either start trying to show her the benefits of it or make it as easy as possible, which it feels like you're trying to do as well. But if this is going to happen, it's got to come from someone that she trusts, like a doctor or a parent or something like that. And if you have a genuine concern, if you've already had the discussion with her and tried to explain calmly, like, your reasons for being concerned, instead of just trying to shove this lifestyle on her, If you've already done that, then maybe it's worth a conversation with mom if you're close to mom and she'll listen to her. You know what I mean? Because you're concerned, not because like you just want her to do this. It's out of genuine care and concern, but your expectations that she's going to just take the bait and do this when you're really just trying to force it on her. That's unreasonable. It's unreasonable. Dr. Sweets dropped the 10 bomb and said, I think OP isn't giving us the full story. I think he's only focusing on the bad to make himself look less like an ass. Also, I think he's using the baby again to look less like an ass. Fair. It very well could be the case, and he could have been bitching at her nonstop for 9 years and finally has the ammo that he needs to try to force her a little bit more, right? It could definitely be something like that. Either way, his strategy is the same, and that's trying to use a negative viewpoint to create change with her. I don't know. It's not going to work. It's going to create frustration for both of you. And if anything, right now with a very, very young child, I would be trying to not create additional frustration. Life's hard enough right now, right? This ain't the time, bro. This ain't the time. Anything else you want to throw on there, Tater Rooney?
No, I think you said it's not the time, and I think 2 months postpartum is 100% not the fucking time to get on your wife about this. I think it needs to come whenever, like, life has settled post baby, and I think that's like the conversation needs to be like about the longevity of her life and the health of her life, and not, I want you to change this because you eat like shit.
Right.
Like, that's not the conversation to have. The conversation is like, this is what I want, and this is why I want you to be healthy. Like, what can we do? Like, and I hope that like we have a relationship where we could go to each other and say those things, like, and work together to find a solution. I don't think that makes you controlling of me. I think that makes you worried about me, but I don't think that you would ever push anything on me the way that he's doing this to her.
No. And I think that's where there's doing life as a team, and then there's trying to change your partner.
Right.
And this feels like just trying to change your partner. And it may truly be for the sake of his child, right? It may truly be that, but it's been 9 years, man. There's a precedent here. That's an uphill battle that you have to. Ages. Let me look here. Let me look. Mid-30s. Mid-30s. EJ, fair point. He's also a health nut. Would small changes be enough for him? Probably not. I mean, it would at least get the ball rolling in the right direction, but he already like sneaks her a lot of shit. So what in the world? Emily Johnson, welcome to the Gosh Shack and Thunder crew on the YouTube side. Joining the fam. Brandy Lane, I lived off of Reese's Cups after my second son was born. Complete craving. Yeah, like your cravings are still rocking and rolling there. Also, first time parents, like I get the heightened sense of concern there too about the baby, but I will tell you this. Babies, kids, all the way up until like teenager past it, probably until you're 30, will make freaking like hair out of goldfish and applesauce. Like kids can take a slice of pepperoni pizza and turn it into like 2 inches of growth. It's gonna be okay.
Also, why was Navy the best eater for the first 2 years?
And
now is like a bird.
She's not a bird.
She's doing better now, really, but the struggle of like getting her to eat actual food that girl is stubborn, like stubborn. And but she actually started eating fish and other stuff.
She likes fish.
Yeah. But there was like a moment where I was like, she's not going to make it.
You can't just eat goldfish forever, kid.
You can't live off of yogurt.
Milkshakes and mashed potatoes, Ellen. Wow.
Oh, that was her pregnancy stuff.
Yeah. Ellie Mae, thank you so much for the love. Appreciate that. Felicity, your toddler. You have one of those too? Bookish soccer mom. See ya, Shaner. Urban Insanity, your 3-year-old's the same way. I'm telling you. Kids, they could just, it doesn't matter. there are some things that she really likes, and she's getting more acclimated. She's getting more diversive here. Diversified. All right, we'll dive into the next story. We are at 47 and 90 right now on the paper cranes. Hey, Becca J, White Wave, CF Pelletier author, Sally, Janice 2014, CF Pelletier author with a whole bunch of stuff there. Thanks so much for that. Savage Karma, Melissa Elliott, Real Broad. Hello there, Real Broad. Tina Shalsey, Ane, dropping the paper cranes. Tina Shalsey again there. Ane with even more paper cranes. Anna Maria Ortiz, Mary Kay Hammond. Mariah Nance dropping paper cranes there too. Reina with the You're Awesome, the little Jupiter-looking kitty popped back up again, and the Plumeria. Also Isaiah Haynes with the Heart Me, Adventures with Pam. Thanks so much, and Nay, even more paper cranes. Thank you guys. 47 and 90. Becca J, White Wave, CF Pelletier author, another one there. You guys are awesome. What makes you feel terrible, Tater? Oh, gotcha. She is more conscious of it now. But she's still like, I don't know. I mean, we have... I would actually contest here that Ava Thunder like had a very limited palette, but has become more adventurous in like the past year.
I would say the last since Navy was born.
Since Navy was born, she's been more adventurous.
But yes, within the last year she started to eat.
Yeah, but I mean, for a long time, she would be like the separate meal, because if we adventured at all, she was like,
Her and Caden were like the chicken strip.
Yep.
Queen
Caden
Kate.
Thunder's still the chicken strip kid. Yeah, he's had chicken everywhere in town. He could tell you. Hatter dropping the 20 bomb. Said, as a person who has always had a weight issue due to thyroid, making weight loss extremely hard, Mr. Hatter is always encouraging me and tries to push me not to give up. Maybe OP needs to try in a caring way. Agreed. If you're gonna try, it's got to be some kind of positive support and not a like, you're doing this wrong. You're doing this wrong. Because that ain't gonna fly, right? It's just not gonna fly. Also, YouTube side, hit a gift goal. We got a shirt change and confetti rocking here. Let me start another one up real quick, and I'll go ahead and get some celebration music, some confetti, and a shirt change. Off camera, of course. All right, we're going to do 15 supers, but we're dropping it down to the 2 and up, and this would unlock the shark head or helmet and an AMA. Shark head. Starting that off right now. There we go. Time me.
See the go shoot it off.
Hey. Hey, we didn't properly prepare a wardrobe change for him, so. Now
Oh my god, Tony!
I just hit myself in the face with that. I think it ricocheted off of my hat.
Your tears ricochet.
Ow!
What was it that hit you?
Cannon injury!
I'm not calling this karma, but I feel like it
Whoa,
might
for
be
what?
karma for all the confetti.
I don't know. I got a little of my bleed. Is there blood?
There's no blood.
I think it was the silver thing.
The metal piece?
No,
There's no metal piece. It's like
Yeah,
a silver
there
piece.
there is. There's a little metal piece.
no.
See the metal
It was the silver thing because it's stuck to my shirt. I did. I shot it here, and I think it ricocheted. I think it. I don't know. We need.
You blew it in your own face.
Caden, we're gonna need to clip that out and do a slow-mo analysis of that because I don't know. I was trying not to get straight in there, and I think I got it a little this way, and I don't know if it hit the hat.
Here's what I need to ask you. As far as confetti goes, have you been keeping your side of the street clean? Okay.
Yes. Wait, no. I feel like that was a trap.
You got
Just
confetti karma?
Just because you get scared by confetti every now and then.
I'm not scared of confetti. I'm scared of the boom.
Well, I might be scared of confetti. I can't see up.
This is not work comp.
This is work on. It even happened during normal business hours. Happened during normal business hours.
Oh, describe your war comp situation. I shot myself in the face with a confetti cannon.
Do you work at a circus, sir? Do you work at the zoo?
It was right there. Ow!
No, I don't feel anything. I'm sure it smarted though.
Nobody makes me bleed my own blood. It was just like, oh shit, I didn't know what happened. Anyway, let this be a lesson.
Are you okay?
I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
Dust you off.
And it'll be okay. And I'll survive.
We'll survive. This isn't a zoo. That's.
Until you shoot confetti out like this isn't a zoo. I don't know what this person thinks it's zoo. I don't. Anyway, I should probably leave this here because it's like evidence. Do we have a Ziploc baggie that I
Maybe I
can?
should get a pirate hat because you're going to be wearing a patch.
Do we?
Shoot your eye out with that thing.
If I show up next week with an eye patch, guys, it's a confetti-related injury.
You got to wear the astronaut helmet for safety reasons.
I really want to see the. We'll definitely have to look at the chopped
Would
up
this
and
fit
like.
your giant melon?
No, it would not. 100%. We'll have to look at the slow mo version of that and do a breakdown of the. What?
Yes.
Please hit my face. It might have just been the powder that's in this. I
I'm
don't
gonna
know.
do the Aussie man like
I got peppered.
VO for it. Watch as
Anyway.
he twists the bottom of the confetti cannon, and oh, would you look at that?
This is what happens when you vamp. Vamping is dangerous, people.
It really is.
You never know what could happen.
It really is. Yes.
I lost an eye.
Nancy, I love how the Thunders are making sure Tony is okay while making fun of him.
I like how
This is true friendship.
I have a life-threatening confetti injury, and Candy Thunder is immediately like, I feel like this is karma.
You were fine.
We don't know what kind of internal injuries I could have from this.
I'm a mom. I was tested injuries.
I could have internal injuries. Well, yeah. So
I'll
put up.
your eyebrow, like internally, like inside your eyebrow.
Yeah, it
is
could
is the
be-
ego on the inside or the outside?
No, it's definitely on the outside.
Oh.
So
How would Moira react?
I
to this
think
situation?
that there's like internal optical nerves that probably might be damaged. I'm already seeing colors differently, so I don't know. It could be serious.
I think Moira,
I'm gonna go call my
I think
attorney.
Moira-
I'll see you guys later.
Moira's response would be, "Drama is the devil's telephone. Best just does not pick up."
I feel like Tony was just unicorse, if anyone, whenever he has the neck injury. And so I feel like if anyone knows
I'm gonna show
anything,
you the neck brace.
anything about Bluey and unicorse and the neck injury and the bear lawyer.
He attacks his lawyer.
She hasn't seen The Office, but you've seen The Office, right?
Quite a bit of it. Yeah.
Where Dwight accidentally fires a pew pew, and it's by Andy's ear, and he's like, "I can't hear," and then like Daryl is like, "I'll take you to the hospital," and Andy gets up and he's like limping, and he goes, "What happened? What's part of you hurts?" He goes, "The ear," but he's like limping.
He's living around. Unicorns. Why should I care? Is that what it? Why should I care?
Yeah, why should I?
Damn.
And why should I?
There it is. And why should I care? We need to make that our thing. Okay. It is 5:02. Do we need to get one more story in here? We got a quick one we can do.
I mean, we hit 6 stories total.
Okay. You tell me. Okay. Is that all right, Mama? All right, we're gonna do a bonus story, y'all. We're getting after it here. Am I the astronaut for asking my cousin to help with my 2-year-old? I won't do a poll since we're in overtime here. I, 32 female, have a 2-year-old son, and my husband, 34 male, and I are both working full-time and overwhelmed with childcare responsibilities. We don't have nearby family to lean on regularly, and we've hit a point where we truly need some help during the week. My cousin, 29 female, lives 1.5 hours away. She doesn't have kids, doesn't want any, which I fully respect, and recently quit her toxic job without having a new one lined up. Her husband currently supports her financially. Given her open schedule, I reached out to her with a proposal. Come stay with us Wednesday through Friday to help out with our son. We have a finished basement with a pull-out couch for her to stay in. I offered $150 a week. I didn't expect her to do it for free. I thought it was a fair offer. Wait. 24/7 for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. What is it? How many hours? Like 72 hours? $50 a day. 72 hours. She declined. I didn't press at the time, but a few weeks later around Easter, I brought it up again because we were still struggling. I explained how much the help would mean to us. She declined again and mentioned not being able to go to her gym and not wanting to change diapers as one of her reasons. I get that routine is important, but it felt like a small sacrifice given the circumstances. At our Mother's Day barbecue, my husband privately asked her mom, my aunt, if she could try talking to her. Oh, you're just going to force her into it now. That's going to work. Tell you what, you know who I want watching my kid? The people who I have to trick into watching my kid. That's the people I want to trust with my child's life. My cousin overheard, got angry, said we were being disrespectful by going around her, and left early. Since then, she has ignored all of our messages and skipped our Memorial Day barbecue, which she usually attends. I didn't think asking her twice was crossing the line. We weren't demanding. We offered compensation, and we're family.
Your favorite line.
I don't think it's outrageous to ask somebody who's not working, has nothing to do, to consider helping out when we're clearly in need, especially when it's temporary and paid. I also don't think asking her mom to speak with her was some big betrayal. It was a last-ditch effort to appeal to reason. Now some relatives are saying I was out of line, but honestly, I feel like I'm being punished for asking for help. I respected her no, but I also had every right to try again. Hold on!
Oh my God.
Hold on. I don't think those two things can mutually exist. That's what we call an oxymoron. I respect her no, but I also had every right to try again.
What the fuck? Does OP realize the weight of what that sentence carries?
Nope.
Does she fucking understand what she's saying in that moment to say, I had every right, or I respected her no, but I had every right to try again? Put yourself in a fucking situation and ask yourself if that's okay, because no means no. And you saying that is completely like...
Here's the deal, though.
You need help.
If OP was in any other position but really needing childcare help, there's no way those words would come out of her face or her hands or brain. And she wouldn't question it, right? She wouldn't second guess it and be like, oh, no, that's terrible. I can't believe I said that. But she's desperate. So this makes sense to her right now. It's obviously not okay. Top comment here. Yes, YTA, not only did you offer her a job as a 3-day-a-week live-in nanny for only $50 a day, far below minimum wage in many areas, you act as if she is somehow required to take your shitty offer and be thankful for it, no matter how bad of an offer it is. Your shitty offer is not a summons. When she said no, you should have left it. She doesn't want to care for kids. She doesn't want to move away from her home for 3 days a week for work. She doesn't want to be away from her friends and family and her husband. You decided what was best for her without consulting her in the slightest. And now you're trying to get everybody around you to bully her into submission? Back off. Quit pretending you know what's best for your cousin. You don't. And it was never your prerogative to make that decision for her. And the fact that you act like you trying to force your offer is more reasonable than her making her own decisions is condescending as hell. Well said, commenter. Also, it's not your prerogative to make that decision for her. And this is something that you should, like, fuck off, okay? What you tried to do was manipulate someone into being your live-in solution. You took somebody who doesn't want to do this and tried convincing them that it was the right thing to do. Not just for you, but for them. This is not okay. Also, I go back to this. You don't want somebody who doesn't want to watch your kids watching your kids. You don't think your kids notice when the person who is there in charge of them doesn't want to be there? Your kids notice. Why would you want that vibe for your kids in the first place? Dr. Sweets dropped the 5 on the YouTube side, says, I don't think some people who have kids understand the people who don't want children. That includes not wanting to take care of your children. Yeah. It's like not having kids in a family is like having a truck. Does that mean that like you're automatically the first call to babysit because you don't have kids? It's like if you have the truck, you're obviously the first call for everybody that needs something moved, right? 3 nights on a pull-out sofa. Yeah, hey, it's $50 a day. You know what I mean? $50, $50. I don't know. This seems like a giant overstep to me. So yeah, YTA, where on the scale though? Let's see. Bring up the scale. Let's look at this. It definitely checks the box for 4. Definitely checks the box for 3. It definitely checks the box for 2. Does it check the box for 1? I think the instant, well, once those words came out of their mouth, yeah, it did. And when they tried to go to her mom and like somehow gaslight her into making this choice, which was starting to feel less like a choice and was starting to feel more like a sentence. Yeah, they did. Ask on 1. Firestar, that's terrible. Terrible. The entitlement. Mom made it to beyond ask on 1. Or when they made it there, yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey, CF Palette author. Jean, Natalia Peterson. Thanks so much for the love, guys. We appreciate it. Scary Scarf, Celestial drop on even more of the paper cranes there. R2D2, Celestial again. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Greatly appreciate FTG. There you go, Tony. FTG. Fuck these guys and gals. Delulu Bizzo. That's fair. You know what? I forget I have these buttons. Delulu, for sure. Especially the comment about having every right to try again. Like, no. And no. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. We are going to get reset for VIP here shortly, so we'll get set up for that. We'll see you guys there in VIP. TikTok VIPs, not only will we see you in VIP live here shortly, but tomorrow night, don't forget, we have a members only live on the TikTok side. Thursday night, 9 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Hope to see you there. Also, I have outro notes that I'm remembering for the first time. And then I have credits. Can't forget the credits either. Next live will be Sunday, June 8th at 9 p.m. Central, except for the members only tomorrow night. And we'll have the next Wednesday one, June 11th at 3 p.m. Central on TikTok and YouTube. Don't forget, we're going to be doing that TikTok subscriber only live June 5th, tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Be sure you subscribe on the YouTube side to catch all the stuff you won't see on the TikTok side, which is quite a bit of stuff, including the podcast. We have the award show, The Dusties, is on there as well. It was good this time. The first time was a calamity. There we go. All right, so we will see you all next time. See you VIPs here in just a few minutes. And I remembered.